Donnie and Dolly. The team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
What's that city like right now?
It's buzzing. Everybody's pretty excited, especially after last year. Everybody's happy to be back in the position we're in. So just a lot of excitement, a lot of buzz.
As for yourself, Troy, you were with the Oilers last year, but didn't get into any postseason games. What's this experience been like this time around, getting to play in multiple games?
Yeah, it's been great. Obviously, last year I had ankle surgery and missed the entirety of the playoffs, and had got traded there at the deadline. And obviously, I re-signed in the off season. So this year, just being here the full year, contributing in the playoffs and being healthy, it's been a different experience, and one I'm super grateful for. So just happy to help the team have some success up to this point, and just going to continue to work hard and see if my number gets called in the finals.
Hey, Troy, how is this year's team different than last year's team, which took the Panthers to 7 games?
Well, obviously personnel. I think we made a lot of changes throughout our roster, and then just the way we play. I think last year our PK was, clicking over 90% throughout the playoffs and had a lot of success there. Shifting the momentum through different games. This year our PKs struggled at times, and we found different ways to win. And definitely feels like we're a really, really good 5-on-5 team, and that's where our strength is. And obviously, our power play unit's been together for X amount of years, so they still have that chemistry. So just a different build-up, and I guess based on personnel and playing style.
Hey, Troy, you played some great games in that Dallas series. What was the difference in that series for the Oilers?
I think there's obviously a couple things you could look at depending on who you talk to. I think for us, it was being disciplined and staying out of the box, and then just trying to play with them 5-on-5. Obviously, in game one, we felt like we were the better team throughout the majority of the game. In the third period, our PK kind of let us down. And throughout the rest of the series, we really had a conscious effort of being responsible with our sticks. The penalties we were taking were hooking, slashing, tripping. So just being more cautious with our stick placement, and that allowed us to play to our strength at 5-on-5.
Hey, Troy, there's a kid in your dressing room, Vasily Podkolzin. What can you tell us about him, the player, and how he has been throughout the season and the playoffs?
Yeah, Pods is great. Arguably the hardest worker I've ever played with in my career. He's at the rink maybe 3-4 hours before you're on the ice. He's there at least an hour before everybody else, and he's very quiet, but he goes about his business, and he's super committed and dedicated. So you could ask anybody in our room. Everybody has a lot of respect for Pods and the way he holds himself and the work that he puts in. He's a great teammate.
We can only dream about ever playing with McDavid and Draisaitl, but you get to go in the dressing room, be with them on road trips all season long. What is it playing with two superstars like that, Troy?
They're obviously two of the best in the world, if not the two best. But it's no different than anywhere else you play. Obviously, there's role players, there's superstars, there's top-end guys. So it just seems like the players in that category with Davo and Leo, they're there for a reason. The work they put in, the way they conduct themselves, the way they watch their nutrition, the way they get their sleep. It's just constantly a 24/7 commitment that they embrace and more than anything love. So they're just great leaders. They're super inspiring, and obviously themselves as individual players are pretty phenomenal.
You mentioned Podkolzin, hard worker. Another guy is Zach Hyman. He's out. How much does that hurt, Troy?
Obviously, it's a big loss. Like, Heisy's a huge part of our team. Last year he scored over 50 goals. This year he didn't have the same offensive production, but he was a big piece of our power play. He was a big piece of being a supporting player on our top six for those two guys that we just talked about. A vocal leader in the room. Was leading the playoffs in hits. So anytime you lose a player like Zach Hyman, you're definitely going to feel the effects. So it's a big loss for us, but just the old saying goes, next man up mentality, and then that's kind of the way we've ran through these playoffs.
Hey, Troy, what's it like being – I know Chris Knobloch is the head coach, but what's it like being coached by the guy in charge of the defense, the legendary Paul Coffey?
It's unique. Obviously being a former player and the caliber of player that he was. It's pretty cool to rub shoulders with him on a daily basis and kind of pick his brain. You can definitely tell he was a player. He wasn't a coach. He definitely goes about his tactics a little different than what I've been used to through my career. But it seems to work with our group. And the most important thing, he just instills a lot of confidence and a lot of belief in each and every one of us. So he's a great coach, and I'm super fortunate to play for him.
Hey, what kind of tone does Chris Knobloch set for that team? Because he just looks so cool and calm and all his. Whenever you see him talk to the press.
He's got a quiet and calm demeanor to him for sure, but he's extremely intelligent, super detailed, puts in a lot of hours behind the scenes that I'm sure a lot of people know about and that you don't see. But it seems like he's the right man for our group. We got a lot of personalities, a lot of guys that have been around the league for a long time, and he's definitely that kind of calming presence that we need. So everybody has a lot of respect for Nobber. He's done a really good job, and more than anything, he's just a really nice man. He means well and super respectable.
Have you seen his look-alike?
Yeah, that's kind of gone viral. I guess there was a priest or something here in Edmonton.
Yeah.
That looks like his twin. He came to the game 4 or 5, I believe, against Dallas. So that was pretty cool.
Five.
Yeah.
Kind of scary. Hey, you touched on this earlier, but what have you been told by Chris and the coaching staff about your role in this Stanley Cup Final?
I don't think I've been told like what my role is in the finals. I know what my role is on this team, and throughout the season, I played a lot with Darnell Nurse. We obviously added John Klingberg throughout the season, and then added Jake Wallman at the deadline. So we have 8 quality defensemen. All 8 of us can play, and right now they're going with a different 6. So more than anything, it's just being a good cheerleader, supporting your teammates and the guys that are in the lineup, and encouraging them to do their best, and then at the same time working as hard as you can to stay ready in case you do get called. So that's been my mindset my entire career. I think you guys probably know that, dating back to Vancouver, and just super excited to be in the position I'm in with a chance to win a Stanley Cup.
Can't imagine. Troy, fabulous as always. Thanks so much, and best of luck.
Yeah, thank you guys.